I know you have to do your adjustment.
Yeah.
It's become routine.
Yeah. Gives me a minute to
Right, no
get
doubt.
in here. Yeah.
I respect it. How did Devin come out of that out of the game? Because you said you wanted to see how his body was.
Good. Yeah, that was a big takeaway, big step in it. Everything seemed to be pretty good.
And then obviously this break you guys had. I know you would rather be in Vegas playing for a championship, but how much has this break going to benefit or has already benefited as far as trying to get healthy and giving guys rest?
Yeah, totally. It's probably universal around the league. It's both. It's get healthy and get us better. We'll use the practice days. We're new into this as a group. We'll continue to use these days, be extremely efficient. I thought today was great. Not quite back to training camp, but it is definitely not a typical shoot around or day after game practice, so we were able to get more done.
Well, one of the things that Mark and Oso do really well is that four-top screen. Where do you kind of remember that being a thing that's like widespread taught around the league?
Yeah, obviously him. That was my first couple years in the league, but I think I remember Boston doing it a couple years ago. Multiple bigs trying it. The league has kind of shifted. Again, X5 up the floor more, so it's not quite as easy as to do the court tot screen against drop. But yeah, it's just part of our package when bigs are down the floor like that in pick and rolls.
And what have you seen from that connection between Mark and Grayson, specifically? Like when Grayson comes off the DHO, like it seems like he's always finding Mark there underneath the basket.
And one thing Grayson has is like the lob ability to throw the lobs. Not everyone can do it. It's probably the best we have in our team. Yeah, they have a good connection. Again, this is without a preseason. This is without any reps, August, September, and then into the preseason. So we're kind of learning it on the fly. But we do try to work those combos as much as we can in practice.
Jordan, when you look at Sunday's game against the Lakers, I feel like there was a lot of stuff going on before your points of attack on offense. How did you feel? How did you kind of assess that process after being able to watch it?
You're saying like offensively?
Yeah, so like little pre-screens, ram screens, things like that.
I think our package is just opening up a little bit more. That's a unique case where we started calling Grayson and Book without a ton of backcourt pressure. So that gave us a little different look. We have multiple ball handlers on the floor. But yeah, we're just trying to add stuff. You know, points to the attack on the other team. You know, they have some defenders that we'd like to bring in some action. How early can we get it? How high up the floor can we get it? Yeah, we're trying to add stuff as we go throughout the season. That's some of the things that we've added.
Book's ability to screen so well and kind of play to those touch principles really helps with that.
So we're trying to figure out like how we get him in that spot more often. Again, it's a moving target. Early in the year, he's handling against pressure. It also was on the floor at that time a lot. Now it's Mark, trying to play through Mark a little bit more against the pressure. But yeah, when we get Book down the floor and then he can be a screener, it's really hard not to switch. So obviously we're trying to get a switch onto Book and then play player action.
I was going to ask about what next steps you wanted to see from your offense. Is that ability to kind of use Mark, is that pressure release a piece of it?
Right now it's play defenses that aren't as good. That would be helpful. And then have some continuity with the roster. The Lakers played well. Like they played aggressive. They played some guys that haven't been getting a lot of playing time. And they play well defensively. We got to take care of the basketball. That was something that we did better in Game 1 versus them than Game 2. And then just more reps overall together. Like that's what we need. And hopefully we have a stretch here where we can get healthy and then get healthier.
Looking at the health, what has Isaiah Livers been able to do? Any progress there?
Yeah, definitely progress. It's kind of been up and down. You know, it's so unique. His injury's so unique to not only him, but everyone around the league. What he's coming back from, being out that long. So when he feels pain or when he feels it's not right, we have to figure out exactly what it is because it's his first time going through it. It's the first time for anyone going through it. So he's a worker. He wants to be in the gym, but he's had to self-regulate himself since he really stepped foot here. but now there has been progress for sure, and he feels a lot better day to day. But that's the same thing. If he goes over the line and tries to do too much, then it kind of sets him back. So, but he is in a good place today.
And then just looking at a player like Dylan and just the emotions and how fiery he can get, how do you kind of balance that as a coach when the emotions are high and talking to him, trying to bring him down at all, or what is that process?
I think we tried to set it up before the season. Even like I think I mentioned it before, playing with 3 fouls a little longer than normal. Obviously, he got his 4th in the second quarter. That was a little bit different the other night. But what game's going into, that the energy's going to be high. The tough part about that one, it changed 80 seconds into the game. And again, we know they're a competitive group over there, and we're a competitive group that's trying to fight for every inch here. So love the energy, love the emotion. Again, he sets our pulse. Wouldn't want to have it any other way.
When you have a game like you did the other night with all the reviews and stoppages and whistles, are you curious to see what the last 2-minute report says, or are you like, whatever, game's over, moving on?
Game is over. Been through it multiple times. They do their evaluation afterwards. We do ours. Doesn't change anything, so we'll move on. We got to get better.
As a coach, do you like the kind of like the baseball series you got coming out? And I think they implemented that a few years ago. You got Gold State home and home.
Yeah, I think so. I think you talk about emotion, and you start playing teams multiple times pretty close. It gets similar to a playoff series, especially the way we play. I think we'd like it. It's easier on the prep for sure. The travel, some of that is good when you do get to do that. I think it did start with COVID. I can remember kind of our first time doing it. I like it. It just doesn't happen that often.
Coach, how much of the way these games have been so heated, competitive, is a sign of you guys earning respect?
That's a good question. I think a lot of these guys had that before this year. It didn't just all of a sudden appear. I think that's who these guys are as men. It's part of their DNA. It's why they're not only professional basketball players, but they're the reason why they're here. And then when you get multiple together, it kind of is a rallying piece. And every day you fight for respect every day. This league changes too fast. Too many things can happen. LeBron's still out there fighting, so it's like every day you get out there, we're all trying to be the best that we can, really challenge ourselves to grow. And the only way to do that is to be in the arena. Like, it's easy from the outside. It's easy to say. The only way to get better is to be in the heat. And our group enjoys it. And we want to be in those environments. We talked about it in Oklahoma City. Love to be playing, obviously, in Vegas. But we've had some of those moments where it's going to get like that because we want to be there. And that'll make us grow.
Jordan, when you look at having someone like Dylan on the defensive end, I think when people think about coaches giving guys a little freedom, think about guys having the ball on offense, you have somebody that thinks the game through and can communicate as well as Dylan. Do you give them similar freedoms to kind of go off script at times if they see there's a play to be made to go off the instinct?
Yeah, totally. Just communicate to your teammates. A lot of times it's the one-on-one battles of it all. But knowing when you're off the ball or you're helping, you're going to affect your teammates. Steven, I want to do it on the front end. Like, if there is something that they see they want to really do to take away, let's talk about it here. Let's talk about it here before we go out. Then we know we're all on the same page. So hopefully we've given them the platform, and we're still trying to learn each other. But the collaboration piece on the front end is extremely valuable to me as we learn our group. They have incredible knowledge, especially that, like on matchups, how they want to guard certain people. So I've encouraged our assistants to reach out before presenting to the team, and then hopefully the players feel comfortable enough to speak up even before we get out there. That's what we want to create. Good?
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.